Hey everybody, Adam Davidson, RadCast for Friday, May 19th. Being a father and a parent in general, being a leader, being in charge of something, being a pastor, a shepherd, a manager, a boss, a director, a teacher, running a household, all of these things, these are very difficult jobs. And there is something to the gift of childhood that is lost on children. We have a house full of teenagers, and all of them are really ready to grow up and become adults and have full reign over their lives. Even our 6-year-old has already lamented the fact that as a child, he cannot do whatever he wants. Our teenagers will be more specific and they'll say, man, I wish I could be an adult and just sort of pick my own schedule and, not go to work if I couldn't, or, do this instead of that and not be at the mercy of my parents. These are thoughts that all of us had when we were younger, and maybe you as a young woman or man have the same thoughts. But then over time, you realize that life is quite difficult, and the gift of childhood is one of the best things. And so what we try to do as parents is try to support that and give them an environment where they can truly just be kids, but set their sights on adulthood and dip their toes in things of certain levels of responsibility with a safety net. It's one of the great joys and struggles of parenting, and it's something that Brittany and I deal with every day. And that's been rolling around in my mind for some reason as I read 1 Peter 4. So I'm going to read it, bring this to the table. May the Word of God speak as you hear it, and may the Lord make it clear how it is that we are supposed to live as a result. Peter is writing, he says, "Dear friends, do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal that has come on you to test you as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice inasmuch as you participate in the sufferings of Christ, so that you may be overjoyed when his glory is revealed." And that's the word of the Lord. Now, context warning. We want to make sure that we understand that Peter is writing to a church, a body of believers who are being persecuted because of their faith. What I'm talking about here is not the persecution that comes with faith, but certainly the challenge of it. There's a responsibility. Listen, here's the bottom line. Following Jesus is difficult. It's the hardest life because you've abandoned your own rights, your own preferences, and you've said, I live to follow Jesus and to serve and love the world. That means that I'm third. Not first, not second, but third. And so practically speaking, what it means is, as a parent, I have to humble myself constantly. And I need that practice of being humbled to ask God for wisdom and for strength when it comes to how to live, how to lead something, how to, do this uncharted territory for us of a blended family. I really, really, really need Jesus. And there are times where following Jesus feels like a heavy weight that I can't help but notice some of my peers who do not follow Jesus do not feel that same weight. But we're in a situation where we desperately need his leadership and direction, because what he's doing in our household is a healing project. This is a renovation, a renewal of sorts. And so I just wanted to bring that to our minds today, to our discussion here on RadCast. There are things that you will experience as a follower of Jesus that are magnified in their suffering simply because you are a disciple. Expect that. Anticipate that. That's part of the deal. You are living a radically different life intentionally as you follow the one who gives himself for us. And so you as a servant, not only do you have a higher calling, but you also have a higher power. You have, and this is what it says later on in 1 Peter. He says, the Spirit of glory and of God rests on you. So go out there and be a servant, take on the tough stuff, lead the difficult things, but remember that you have the Spirit of God, the Spirit of glory resting on you, which means it's just sort of there and available and glorifying God and available to work through you to do incredible things. Go and do the work of Jesus. Difficult as it may be, it is absolutely worth it because Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. That's RadCast.